Hello everyone, welcome to Edudos. So the First World War. So in this thing we will understand that what was the impact of First World War, on India. So as we know that India was not a part of the First World War, so how the impact has came on India because of the First World War. So let's have a look out of the First World War, that why it had happened and why the impact of First World War came on India. So the reason for First World War was that a person of Serbia, killed or assassinated. Assassinated means that killed. A person of Serbia assassinated a person from Austria. So, because of this reason, a stiff rivalry means a stiff competition, you can say. A stiff rivalry became or come between Siberia and Austria. So because of that rivalry, the two nations have got into war. So because of the war, other countries also have at that time of imperialism or nationalism, the time was like that every nation was having a feeling of nationalism plus imperialism at that time of First World War, or you can say at the time of 1914, because the First World War happened in 1914 till 1918. So at the time of 90s, you can say that a feeling of nationalism plus imperialism was going through. The imperialism meaning that we have to control over the countries, so that we can become strong. We have to control over small countries, or we can make colonies to become strong, and we have to overseas the states also that are lower, or you can say that are weak from us. So we have to conquer over them. So that was the feeling that nationalism was also there and imperialism. So because of that, when the war started between Serbia and Austria, the other countries also joined that war, so that they can also control over the small or lower countries, and they can also become strong. So you can say that in the First World War, the countries that have participated were, you can learn it as a trick, that is what Ghat and Priju. So Ghat were the Central Powers and Briju were allies. So the allies were the countries that won the First World War, and I'll tell you that what were the countries. That is what Germany, Hungary, Austria and Turkey, and the Briju were Britain, Russia, Italy, Japan and USA. So as you can see, there is Britain in Briju, that means there is Britain in the allies. So as we can see that there is Britain in allies, and India was a colony. India was a colony of Britain. So we can see that if the Britain is there and Britain is the head of India at that time, so we can see that if in the war the Briju won, so we can see here that India was used as an asset. Because why India used as asset? Because of the things that while the war was going on, India have to also the defense expenditure, the war weapons and the soldiers. On behalf of the Britain, these three things were given from India only. That is why India used as an asset, and that is why the impact of First World War came upon India, because India's muscle power, that means the soldiers, and the weapon power, that means war weapons or defense expenditures, were taken from India. And you can say that because the Briju, or you can say because the Allies won, the role of India was there, because most of the things, most of the assets were taken from India only. So the most of the importance of the winning of the Allies were from India. So as we have seen that why the impact of India, why the impact of First World War came upon India. So let's see that what were the impacts on India at that time of the First World War. So the First World War and its impact on India. So the war created a new economic and political situation. This is a very important, you can say, line. So you should remember it, that a new economic and political situation were created because of the war. The problems were, you can say, the increase in defense expenditure. The expenditure of the defense was increased because they were needing so much of weapons so that they can win the war, and the prices increased. Because of the prices increase, the new introduced system was what we pay today is what income tax. Then the prices increased and income tax introduced. While the time we have to have the more money so that we can increase in defense expenditure, and we can have some more income so that we can do some another things while the war is going on, and we should have to win the war. So we need more weapons, we need more muscle power, we need more weapons. So to have that things, we need more money. So the money was that from the income tax that we pay today was introduced at that time, and the prices were also increased. And forced recruitments. Forced recruitments means the village soldiers, the village farmers were forcefully recruited to the Indian Army. You can say Indian Army, not the village farmers were forcefully recruited to the British Army so that they can fight and then they can win the war. But not only the human made problems were a very big problem for India, natural problems also added to our human problems. That was crop failed. As we know that the village farmers, that were what, men, the men only were recruited to the British Army. So here the only women were available in India, you can say were only free in India. So because of that reason, men only have to yield the land, and the men only are going to graze upon the land. So the women were only available at the India. So their crop also failed because there were no person to look after the crop and crop yield. So the crops also failed. And then the influenza epidemic. The influenza epidemic was a very extreme epidemic that came. As today we are seeing that corona is going on, at that time the influenza epidemic was going on. So that time many crises were there because of the food and because of the prices increased, and the epidemic also added to it. Many people perished as a result of famines and the epidemic. So the First World War impacted a very strong emphasis on India. So at that time we need a new leader, a new mode, so that we can get some more power. So at that time India was very weak. So the new leader was what? Mahatma Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. And the new mode was what? Satyagrah. So the new mode and the new leader. We need new mode and new leader. So the new mode was Satyagrah and the new leader was Mahatma Gandhi. So as we know that many people criticizes Mahatma Gandhi for the thing that he has done, that he has stopped the people of our country to do something forcefully or to do something by weapon power. So here the thing is that Mahatma Gandhi is being criticized, but I think that he should not be criticized, because the idea of Satyagraha, I am just sharing you that what was the main thing that why Mahatma Gandhi emphasized on Satyagraha. What was the thing that Mahatma Gandhi was also doing to do satyagraha only, not to have a forceful power to overthrow the Britishers. So the two things that Mahatma Gandhi said, that what is a colony and what is a slave state. So the colony is what? That was India. So India was a colony, not a slave state. So the colony is where the military power is not done. Means the military power is not used. Military power is not used because the people were not forced or the people were not killed by the time when Mahatma Gandhi came, and the military power was not used. Only the thing was that politically the things were done and people were just agreeing on the terms that the British governments were giving. So the people's consent, when people consented that yes, I will do this, I was getting suppressed by you by giving my consent, is what? Being a colony. But a slave state is what? When a slave state is used as a term, it means that we are ruling over you politically also and by forcefully also. Means forcefully means that we are ruling over you politically by emphasizing our rules and regulations, our taxes, our increased prices on you, but also forcefully recruiting or also forcefully using you by the military force, because military power is used in the slave state. Military power, you should note this because this is an important thing to understand, that what is satyagraha, why did Mahatma Gandhi supported satyagraha, why he used to stop that you should not do something forcefully unless it is not requested or it is not needed. So in the military force, in the colony, military force was not used, and in the slave state the military force was used and you were forcefully have to do something, and the political pressure was also there and there was forcefulness or were also there. But in the colony there was consent of the people who were suppressed, consent of the people. So Mahatma Gandhi was saying the same thing, that the people are giving the consent. You are not a slave state, you are a what? Colony. India was a colony, not a slave state. The military power was not used at India while Mahatma Gandhi came. So he said that you are a colony, you are giving your consent to suppress you, to overthrow the power. So as Mahatma Gandhi said that you are just giving the consent, you should not give your consent. You should have a fight towards the truth. You should need to find the truth about you and your country. So the idea of satyagraha was the same, that search of the truth. The idea of satyagraha was what? Search of the truth. You should talk to the conscience of the person that who is suppressing you. You should conscience, I mean to say that you should talk to the conscience, you should talk to the inner sense of the people or the person who is suppressing you. So that the satyagraha main idea was what? Search of truth. Search of truth is what? You should not give your consent. You should just realize the person who is suppressing you. You should get realized by the person that you are suppressing me and you are doing a wrong thing. You should realize. So the satyagraha was the main idea, was the main thing that Gandhiji used to do. So while satyagraha was coming by the Gandhiji returned to India in 1915. By that time Gandhian phase come. The Gandhian phase of the Gandhian phase of nationalism came by 1915 because Gandhiji returned to India in 1915 from South Africa. So he successfully fought the racist regime that was by the novel method of mass extirpation, which is called satyagraha. So satyagraha, if I write it like satya plus agraha. So satya plus agraha means, satya means truth and Agrah means request. So truth plus request is the main idea behind Satyagrah. So you should not write it like Satya plus Grah, that is the truth, the home of the truth, not like that. It's Satya plus Agrah. The truth plus request was the main idea, was the main emphasized idea by the Mahatma Gandhi that he was used to say about the thing. So when Gandhiji returned to India, he started doing Satyagrah. The idea of Satyagrah, you can say, is what? Guilt. The idea of Satyagrah was to realize the guilt. So the person who is suppressing you, he should realize that I am doing the wrong thing and I should not do it and I should stop doing it. The guilt should be in the inner sense, in the inner conscience of that person who is suppressing you. So idea of Satyagrah emphasized the power of truth, that what is the power of truth and the need to search for truth. So this could be done by appealing to the conscience of the oppressor, as I have told you earlier, and people including the oppressors had to be persuaded to see the truth, that the oppressor also see the truth, and who is suppressed or who is oppressed by the oppressor should also see the truth, and he should not get suppressed by the suppressor. So instead of being forced to accept the truth and use violence, we should do something that the inner conscience of the oppressor should have a guilt that I am doing the wrong thing. So this is the main idea of Satyagrah and the main thing that Gandhiji used to do. So as Gandhiji have an idea of Satyagrah to the society of India, so every person now started to realize that what was Satyagrah, what is the need of Satyagrah. So Mahatma Gandhi started to do something like Satyagraha movement. He started Satyagrahi movement in the 3 states. So let's discuss that what were the 3 states in which Mahatma Gandhi successfully fought it against Satyagraha. So Mahatma Gandhi successfully organized the Satyagraha movement in various places. The 3 various places was, the first was Champaran, you can say. Yes. So the Champaran, it is situated in Bihar. In 1917, the Champaran movement was done. The Kheda in Gujarat, the movement was same and it was done in the 1970s. Ahmedabad in Gujarat was in 1918. So these were the 3 Satyagrahi movements, 3 main Satyagrahi movements that were done by Mahatma Gandhi after he came from South Africa to India. So what were the reasons behind these 3 Satyagrahas? So let's discuss that. So first we will take that the Satyagraha in Bihar, that was in Champaran. So Champaran in Bihar was the first Satyagraha he used to done in 1917. So I think you are wondering that why I have made the cake here. So cake is the trick to learn these 3 Satyagrahi movements. So cake is what? Champaran for C, Ahmedabad for Gujarat, and Kheda for also the 3rd Satyagrahi movement, and E is a substantion. So you can remember these 3 Satyagrahi movements by cake, and this is a very simple and sorted trick, so you can learn it. So the Champaran movement, the Champaran Satyagraha was done because of the plantation system. So the plantation system was like that. If you have a line, I have a land and it is divided into 4 parts. The 3 parts, this 1, 2 and 3, these 3 parts are the farmers. Means the farmer wants that he can grow potato, the farmer wishes, what the farmer wishes, he can grow there. But the 4th part was used to grow indigo. The farmers were suppressed, or you can say oppressed, by the British governments to grow indigo. So this was the plantation system in Champaran, Bihar, and because of this plantation system, the indigo has just ruined by the indigo. Because of the land was planted by indigo, so indigo ruined all the, means the part where the indigo is grown, the plant indigo ruined the part of that plantation. So as you can see that if the plantation is having 4 parts, so the first part is ruined by the indigo, then he has 3 parts, so by 2 parts he can now grow what he wishes to, and in the third part he have to grow indigo. Then the 2 parts are remaining, then the first part is of the farmer, that what he wishes, and in the second part he have to grow that what the British government wishes, that is what indigo. So all the parts were ruined by the British government because they were suppressing the farmers to grow indigo. So that was the plantation system in Champaran, Bihar, and they were just doing a satyagraha movement to stop this plantation system. So this is the story of the Champaran, Bihar, and the second was the Kheda. So the Kheda was the reason was revenue. So the revenue was like, so in the revenue in the Kheda, the cotton mill workers were there. The satyagraha movement of, so in the satyagraha movement of Kheda, the cotton mill workers were the main reason that was the satyagraha movement was done. So in the cotton mill workers, you can see that there is cotton. Cotton is what? Cotton is a cash crop. Cash crop means it needs money to be bought or to be grown. It is a cash crop means it is a rich crop. It is a rich crop that it has to be grown, and then when it is sold, it is a cash crop. So in 1914 to 1918, the world was fighting the World War, and then cotton to Europe. The cash crop was, because of the cotton was only the cash crop for Europe, because from India the cotton was exported to Europe so that it can be have some income in the India, and it became a cash crop. So in 1914 to 1918, the World War was going on, and the Europe was the main country who used to buy cotton from India. So while the war was fighting over there, so who will buy the cotton? So at that time the cash crop was cotton, and the cash crop was not selling so that much that they can get some income. So there was no income of the people. So if there is no income, so how they will give some revenue? Revenue is what? Tax, you can say. So how they will get, or how will they pay the revenue as they have no income? So the second satyagraha was done by the Mahatma Gandhi to abolish the tax or the revenue for that time, so that they can have some income and they can grow, or some dependency on the grower should be less. So the third, that is what? Ahmedabad. The third satyagraha movement was in Ahmedabad, 1918. It was done because of the cotton mill workers only. Though cotton workers were having some lower wages for cotton mill workers were given at the time of 1819, and there were no income of them. So there was the satyagraha movement arranged by Mahatma Gandhi to higher their wages. So that's it for today. We have understood that what were the satyagraha movements organized by the Mahatma Gandhi, why Mahatma Gandhi came, why he emphasizes satyagraha, what is the impact of First World War on India, what is nationalism, we have understood. So that's it for today. In the next session, our next topic will be on the Rowlatt Act. We will discuss the topic in deep and in very conceptual manner, so that you can have a conceptual clarity of that chapter. And so that's it for today. Please subscribe to EduDose and like, share, comment below if you have any query, any doubt. I'll answer your question in 1 hour. So thank you so much. We will meet again to discuss the Rowlatt Act.